Good morning, ladies. Welcome to our Wednesday workout. Hope you're all doing well out there, staying safe. Let's get started with a good morning stretch. All right, we're going to do a hip hinge, leading with the chest, pushing the hips back. Make sure your knees are soft. You should feel a nice hamstring stretch here. Dropping the hips if you can, and then coming up on your toes. All right, so it's a nice morning stretch, hence the name. Hip hinge, hamstring stretch, coming up on the toes, stretching the calves, all right? Leading with the chest. Again, make sure those knees are soft, not locked out. You should feel a nice stretch behind the legs. Drop your hips if you can. Reaching up, little balance there, up on the calves. Again, hip hinge.
The next workout will begin in 60 seconds.
Hips.
Please proceed to
Reaching up, let's do one more. Hip hinge, hamstring stretch, dropping the hips. Reaching up, nice. All right, we're going to do a little side to side, opening up those hips. Make sure your feet are parallel here. You're going to push your hips back as you reach across the body, bending one knee, making sure that knee doesn't go past the foot, so you can limit this range of motion as much as you need to if you have a knee issue, but you should feel a nice inner thigh stretch here, opening up that hip. And then the other side, pushing the hips back. Great. Getting into your breathing. Side to side, opening up the hips, stretching the inner thighs. Should feel like a great stretch. These are muscles that tend to be shortened throughout the day, so really important to lengthen those muscles. Let's do a couple doubles here. Little pulse, little pulse. Good. Making sure that knee doesn't go past the foot. Breathing. Great. Little pulse. Little pulse. Nice. Little pulse. Little pulse. Good. All right, we're going to do a little something new today. We're going to do a little punching bag. So you're going to start circling with your hands like this, okay? Going in one direction. Pick it up a little bit. So what does this do? It warms up the shoulders. It works the arms. And if you do it long enough, you'll find your heart rate gets up here too. Raises your heart rate. Little punching bag. Good. Feel those arms right away. Abs are tight.
Stop exercise.
Breathing. Nice. Other direction. And make sure you don't hit your hands. I've done that before too. Other direction. Really moving those arms. Keeping the abs nice and tight. Good.
Begin set 2.
Warm it up. Punching bag. Great. Woo! There's that little hit I was talking about. All right, shaking those arms out. Let's do a little squat. Hips back. Side bend or reach. So make sure I'm not squatting. Pushing the butt back. Reaching to the side. You don't want those knees coming forward. Pushing the butt back and reach. Feeling that nice stretch in the side. Breathing. Hips back. Warming up those lower body, your big lower body muscles.
Exercise.
Quads, hammies, and glutes. Nice. Hips back and reach. Hips back, reach. Good. 2 more. Breathing. Nice. All right, we're going to do a little
set 3.
booty kick, hamstring activation here. Knee stays right underneath the hip. You're going to kick that booty there with a flexed foot, heel to glute. Heel to glute. Activating the hamstring, dynamic quad stretch. We're going to add to this a high row. Palms are facing down. Shoulders are down. Chest is open. So we're opening up that chest while we're activating the hamstrings. Now we're going to pick it up just a little bit. Nice.
Stop.
Chest is up. Head and neck in that neutral position. Feeling those legs. Full hamstring activation. Warming the hamstrings up. Dynamic quad stretch. Again, opening up that chest. Excellent.
Begin set 4.
Shoulders stay down, chest is up. Good. Nice and tall to the chest. We are going to start our exercises, our strength training with a wall push-up. So you're going to identify, you can either do this on a wall, kitchen island, counter of some sort, high piece of furniture that's stable. And we're gonna start with a 2-set endurance double set. All right, so I want you to do as many push-ups as you can on that wall. I'm gonna use this bar over
Stop
here,
exercise
okay?
and switch to the next station.
So, sorry that my back's gonna be to you on this, but let's start with our hands a little bit outside the shoulders. And again, 2 sets, going for endurance, as many as you can. Nice, clean form, plank position, okay? So, hands a little bit outside the shoulders.
Begin set
Abs and glutes nice and tight. Here we go. Try to get that full range of motion if you can. Let's go for 40 to 50 here. I've got 5. All right, see if you can count. Gives you something to do too. Exhale to push away. All right, we got 10. Keep that good clip. Whatever your pace is today, it doesn't matter. But I want you to keep that pace throughout. Okay? Exhaling. We got 15. Chest and triceps primarily working. Going through the break if you can here. Got 20. Chest and triceps. Remember, you can limit this range of motion if you have a shoulder issue and you need to stay a little higher. That's okay. If you can come all the way down, let's get that full range. Good. Exhaling as you push away, about 30. Again, whatever your pace is, it doesn't matter. As long as you try to keep that pace. Keep that pace, don't let it slow down. Nice, keeping that plank position. Almost there. Woo! 45. I'm going for 50.
Exercise.
Oh, I gotta get 50. 2 more. Woo! All right, shaking those arms out, shaking those wrists out. Great job. Our next couple of sets, we're gonna do a slower pace, slow lowering, and then we're gonna explosively push up. Hands a little bit closer together, about shoulder width apart. You can adjust your feet accordingly, further back, harder. Slowly lower to the count of 5. You're gonna hold here, and you're gonna slowly push up. Now you're still keeping that plank position. Abs and glutes nice and tight. Slowly lowering. We are not going for reps here. We are going for a slow, controlled.
Stop exercise.
So I got 2 in on that set. We're going to keep going since those sets are short here. And we're going slowly. Hold and slowly come up. Should really be feeling the chest and triceps. Also working the shoulders here. Don't forget to keep those glutes nice and tight. Keep those abs pulled in. Hold. Oh, nice. Woo! Starting to shake a little bit here. I might get 1 more in. Here we go, slowly lowering. As you're inhaling, keeping that plank position. Hold. And slowly coming up. Ooh. Nice. That's probably going to be it. Woo! Shoulders down. Nice.
Stop exercise
Great.
and switch to the
Well
next
done.
station.
Shaking those hands out. Chest and triceps, plank position, our first plank of the day. All right, I'm going to grab some weights. We're going to do a wall sit next. So remember on the wall sit, you can stay as high as you like depending on how your knees are. But you want to get as close to a 90-degree knee as you can. You want to think about pulling the abs in. And I'm going to do some arm curls today with this. So we're going to slowly lower and come up to about 90 degrees with the arms and slowly lower. Good. Now you also want to think about pulling that navel in on this. Core engagement, shoulders stay down. They're not involved here. Just working those biceps while we're working the quads.
Stop exercise.
All right, if you need a break, please take one. Otherwise, we're going to try and go through here. Nice, slowly lowering. Weights are optional here, okay? If the weights are too much, no problem.
Begin set
If
2.
your arms need a break, you can rest the weights here. Otherwise, we're going to continue through, keeping the elbows elbows pinned to the sides, slowly lowering. Quads are feeling it. Biceps working. Great. Here's your inhale. And exhale. Navel pulled in. Coming up on that break. Here's your exhale. Nice, ladies. How we doing? You feeling those legs? I know I am.
Stop exercise.
All right, there's your break. Shake it out. Woo! Shoulders down, little neck roll. All right, sets 3 and 4. We're gonna do some pumping with the arms. So make it a little bit more cardio
Begin set 3.
focused. So first we're getting into our perfect position here. As one arm goes up, the other one goes down. So simultaneously alternating. Still, notice I'm still not moving that elbow forward, right? Elbow stays pinned to the sides. And you'll find you get your heart rate up a little bit more on this, okay? Excellent. Still keeping that good form. Breathing throughout.
Stop exercise.
Quads start to shake a little bit. Only taking that break if you need it. These sets fly by. Elbows pinned to the sides. Oh, I'm really feeling it now. Quads are feeling it, shaking. Arm curls, working the biceps. Pumping those arms. This gets to be too much. You're just going to do one at a time. One up and the other one up. If you can, keep pumping those arms. Getting that heart rate up. Last set here. Hang tight for breathing. Home stretch here, home stretch. Quads are feeling it. Woo! Heart rate's up. Head and neck in that neutral position. Almost there, ladies. Good work.
Stop exercise.
Nice.
To the next
Woo! Shaking those legs out. Excellent. All right, moving on to balanced core exercise. We're going to do a standing cross crunch. I think most of you are familiar with this. Option number 1, if you have a shoulder issue, you're going to keep your arm low,
Begin
standing on one leg, and you're going to engage the core as the arm hand meets the knee, touching down. Now, if you need more support for this, if you need to hold onto a wall, no problem. Just go ahead and hold on and do some leg out and in, okay? Thinking about engaging the core. A little more advanced if your shoulder's good and you're able to raise that arm up. And for this, you want to focus on an object in front of you. Something that's not moving will help your balance. Contracting the abs.
Stop
Opening up.
exercise.
Let's do one more. Contracting the abs. Opening up. Option to touch down, or if you can leave that leg up, even better. Make sure that standing leg is soft, the knee is not locked out. So remember, if you have a shoulder issue, you want to go in and out, with or without a weight, thinking about contracting the abs on that meeting of the knee and the hand. Otherwise, a little more advanced, arms up, which also gives you a little more shoulder work. Opening up that chest. And anytime you have a weight over your shoulders, you are working the core just by virtue of holding it up. But we are inhaling here, touching down if you need to, okay? And then contracting the abs as you meet here. Notice my knee should not be crossing the center line, okay? It's just contracting the abs, meeting in the center line. Let's do one more. Excellent. Shaking it out. So again, weight optional. If you've got that weight, you want to keep that hand right over the elbow if you can. So you're opening up that chest, working that shoulder.
Set 3.
Here we go. Set number 3. Here's your exhales. You contract the abs, opening up. Option to touch down only if you need it. All right. Working on that balance. There's your inhale. Focusing on the core here as you meet in the center. A little wobbly there. And meet in the center. And open up as you inhale. Good. Here's your exhale. Touching down if you need to here.
Stop.
Leaving that leg up if you're feeling like your balance is good. You want to be more challenged with that balance. Shake those legs out. We got one more set. Good work, ladies. All right, here's your position here or further down, perfectly fine. If you're up here, make sure the hand's over the elbow.
Begin set 4.
Contracting the abs here. Opening up nice and tall. Good. Very nice, ladies. Staying tall through the torso. There's your little crunch there. And then you're opening up. Great. There's your exhale. Opening up. Standing leg working very hard. Abs contracting here. If you're holding that weight, you're getting a little shoulder. Again, more core work here. Nice, ladies, almost there.
Stop exercise and switch to the next
Well
station.
done. Okay, we're going to do some band rows. I think most of you have this band. So depending on your resistance, you're going to hold the band out in front of you like this and just pull back in a rowing motion.
Begin set
Now,
1.
this particular band is not too hard. It's kind of easy. That's kind of easy for me. So I'm going to hold it more towards the center, make it a little harder. Pull back to the body. That's better. And forward. Good. So it's a small movement. Pulling back, working that upper back, working the shoulder. So depending on your resistance, either holding the band here out in front. If that's hard enough, that may be challenging enough. If it's not, grab your band a little further down.
Stop exercise.
Pull back, hold, and release. All right, same thing other side. So, still thinking about core engagement here, ladies, all right? We don't want to do any kind of funky back movement here. Core is engaged. Stay keeping that torso nice and still. Holding out in
Begin
front.
set 2.
Pulling back with that arm to the body and forward. Small movement. Back and forward. Good. Nice. So you're also working the extended arm just by virtue of holding it in that fixed position, nice and tight, while your real working arm here pulling back, or I should say the dynamic working arm that's moving. Okay, we got one sort of isometrically holding, and the other one
Stop
holding
exercise.
back. Great. Now, if you want to add to this, if you're feeling like, oh, I want to do a little more balance work, I'd like to work my calves today, we're going to add a heel raise, okay? And that's totally optional. So, going back to the other side, shoulders down,
Begin
chest is
set
up.
3.
As you pull back, you're going to go up on the heels and down. Again, this is only if it's available to you, if you're feeling like the row is manageable, and you can make that heel raise as small as you need to, but working those calves. You want to think about coming up on the second and third toe. Tendency is to go to the outside of the foot, okay? But you want to work the calves coming up in the middle of the foot. You feel that more in the calves. Good. Let's do one more. Nice. All right, last set. Holding the band. Wherever it's challenging to you, end is fine if that's good enough.
Begin
Need a little
set
more. Holding it here. If you want to add that heel raise, you're pulling in. Good. Again, heel raise totally optional. Working the upper back here. Postural muscles. Shoulders are working. Both shoulders are actually working here. Great. Because you're resisting with that extended arm. Nice, ladies. Good work. Almost there.
Stop exercise and switch to the
Excellent.
next
Woo!
station.
Hope you felt those calves if you were doing the calves there. All right, we're going to go to the mat. And we're going to keep our band. And get everything ready here. We're going to do some bridges. Band bridges today. All right? So,
Begin set 1.
that's if bridges aren't super challenging. If regular bridges are enough, please do regular bridges. We're going to start with your feet about maybe 8 inches apart. Wherever you're feeling a little bit of tension to the band. So depending on how tight your band is, you want to have a little bit of tension starting out, squeezing the glutes, coming up and holding, I like to keep my hands either here or here for a little more stability, and then slowly lower it. All right, so I want you to think about this first set, really engaging the glutes from the very beginning, coming up and holding, keeping tension in the band the whole time. So we're working the hip area here, glute medius, IT band, TFL, another muscle here, tensor fascia lata. For our Latin for today.
Begin
All right, we're
set
going to keep
2.
going, squeezing the glutes. Now, if you're able to, we're going to stay here and do a little pulse out with the band. Very small movement, just enough till so you're really feeling those hips. Okay, this is only if your back feels good. If this does not feel good, please stick with a regular bridge up and down. You can even stay here and pulse, just squeezing the glutes without pushing out. But if you're able to do a little push out, nice and small, abs stay tight. Option to have the arms up if you want more of a stability challenge. And then slowly coming down. All right, bringing those knees in on the break. Get a little stretch there. All right, for those of you who want to advance to a single leg, starting out again with tension here.
Begin set
Raising the
3.
hips up. Now, if you want to stay double, you're going to stay double here, either pulsing or up and down. If you want the single leg option, you're going to extend that leg here. Let's do this. Let's go in and out here like this with a bent knee. Good, bent to straight. Nice. So you're keeping those hips up, working this hamstring isometrically, working that glute isometrically. Just decided to do something new today. A little different. Good. Working this leg, the banded leg that's going in and out. Let's do 2 more. Keeping those hips up. Nice. Slowly coming down, bringing those knees in. Woo! All right, same thing other side. Squeezing the glutes, coming up.
Begin set 4.
Bending this knee out. And extend the parallel. Good. Back and extend. Back and extend. Good. So we got our isometric hamstring and glute working here on that right leg, your fixed leg. This other leg, working quad. Still keeping that push out, so working that hip as well. You're keeping tension in that band. Abs are nice and tight. Core's working as well. Let's do one more. Woo! Excellent. Okay. I think we're going to keep the band on for this next one, in case we want to use it. We're going to do some skull crushers next. Working the triceps. Now we got some tricep work on the push-ups, but we're going to do really more of a focused triceps here. You're going to keep your hands right over the shoulders and make sure that you're in a neutral wrist position, so not like this or not like this. Okay, you're going to slowly lower the forearms to the side of your head, and you're going to extend up. Now, depending on the weight that you have, if you need more stability, if you're finding this is too challenging with 2 weights, you can do it with 1 weight, but you're not going to be able to go as low and extend it up. Okay, so that gives you a little more stability, and depending again on your weight, if that's enough weight for you, that works fine. If you want more of a challenge and your weights are not too heavy, you're going to use 2 weights. Make sure those shoulders are down.
Begin set 2.
Slowly lowering and extending up. Good. Slowly lowering. Now notice my elbows are not moving. Here's my exhale, coming up. Nice. Here's your inhale. Shoulders are down. Extending up. Working those triceps. My arms are starting to shake a little bit here. Great, ladies, really good. Extending up. Thinking about keeping the abs engaged. Let's do 1 more. Now, for those of you who want more of a total body workout, again, if your weights are not too heavy, you knew this was coming, you can add a bridge with this, okay? And this is optional, totally optional.
Begin set 3.
Just if you want to make this a compound movement, your glutes are tight, your core is tight, and if your weights aren't super heavy. If the weights are feeling fairly heavy, you're going to bring those hips down and just focus on the arms. So I don't want you to compromise your form and become sloppy by adding something that you really shouldn't be adding, okay? So I'm going to stay here now because my arms are feeling like this is enough. My back's a little cranky today.
Exercise.
Feel free to stay on a bridge if you like to. You can lift the leg up if you want to up the ante there. I'm going to keep going here. And I'm extending up. Last set, ladies. Slowly lowering. If it's becoming too challenging here, you're going to hold one up. Slowly lower one at a time. Again, I'd rather have you have good form than to try and do something more advanced and compromise that form. All right, last set. Extending up. Triceps should be feeling it. Woo! Slowly lower. If you're doing that bridge, your glutes are tight. Leg up, leg down. Either way, you're pulling the navel in.
Stop exercise and switch
Last
to the
set.
next station.
And all the way up. Good work, ladies. Okay, we're at the end already? My goodness. I leave anything out? I think we're good. All right, we're going to go to some side planks today. And
Begin set.
side planks are not your thing. Please do a front plank on your forearms. If you're able to do a side plank, elbows underneath the shoulder, head and neck in that neutral position. Option to do a bent knee here. Abs and glutes nice and tight. I like to do the arm up to keep that chest opened up. You can straighten that top leg. You want to think about squeezing the glutes, abs nice and tight, head and neck in that neutral position. If you're able to do more of an advanced plank, you're on your feet, squeezing the glutes, abs nice and tight. Make sure those feet are dorsiflex, toes toward the navel there to get those quads firing, okay? So for those of you who don't want a break or don't need a break, we're going to switch sides like this. We're going to go to a front plank and hold. All right?
Begin set 2.
And we're going to switch sides. Now my back's going to be to you. All right, other side. Squeezing the glutes. Abs nice and tight. Toes dorsiflexed. Head and neck in that neutral position. If you're holding the front plank, feel free to add a little knee drop or a tap out if you want more of a challenge. If you're doing the side plank modified on your knees, top leg could be straight or raised up. Holding here, squeezing the
Stop
glutes.
exercise.
All right, if you need a break, please take it. Otherwise, we're going to go to a front plank for the break. And it is a little bit of a break. It's a different plank. Abs and glutes nice and tight. Shoulders are down. Rotating.
Begin
If you're doing a
set
side plank. Great. Abs and glutes nice and tight, ladies. Head and neck in that neutral position. I like to keep that arm up. Great. If you would like a little more, you can add a hip drop here. I imagine you might be getting pretty tired, especially if you're doing the rotating plank with me. Hold. Abs and glutes nice and tight. Working that side, those obliques. Keeping the core engaged, keeping the glutes nice and tight. Ladies, this is your second to last set. Penultimate set.
Stop exercise.
All right. Taking a break if you need it. Or doing a rotating plank. Keeping the hips up. Woo! Last set. I don't want to end up with my back to you, so I'm going to switch it out here. Great. So you can see me.
Begin set
All right.
4.
Squeezing the glutes out nice and tight. Head and neck in that neutral position. Feet are dorsiflexed. Working those quads. Hip drop if you like here. Leg lift if you like. Last set. Ladies, hang tough. You're doing great. We're pushing through. We can do it. Not stopping. We're going to the bitter end. We're not leaving anything in the tank here. Keeping those hips up. Keeping those glutes tight. Pulling the navel in. Breathing. Almost there, ladies. Woo! Excellent.
Stop exercise.
Woo!
Our training is now
Great
complete.
job.
Please welcome
All
Michelle
right.
to continue to the cardio.
Did some different things today. Kind of fun. All right, let's go to the back and do some windshield wipers for a stretch. I like to put those hands out to the side. Now, if you have a sensitive back, you're going to keep your feet on the mat. You can lift your legs up if you like, but you want to think about engaging the core either way, whether your feet are up or down, and you're going to gently drop your knees to one side. Now, you're going to stop when you feel a nice stretch in the hip and lower back. You're also feeling the stretch in the opposite pectoral muscle here, okay? Most people should be okay with this on the back, but there is an option just to bring one leg over. That feels better, okay? So you're going to hold here and take a couple of deep breaths. For those of you who get the IJ, we're going to come back to center and then gently drop the knees to the other side. There was a great article on the IJ, I think it was on Monday, about belly breathing and breathing in general. Really important. Breathing in the belly gives you your full oxygen, a lot of benefits to it. So look it up if you can. It was very interesting. And coming back to center. All right, now you're going to bring one knee in and hold. Head and neck nice and relaxed. Shoulders are down. Circling the ankle if you like. Great job, ladies. And let's bring the other leg in. Do some foot circles. Great. Ankles worked hard today on those balance exercises, on the wall sit. All right, gently rolling to your side and coming up. And I always like to finish with a little chest opener. So clasping the hands behind the hips, keeping those shoulders down, knees are soft, taking a couple of deep breaths here. And as you exhale, dropping those shoulders. Great. One more deep breath. Filling up that belly. And exhale, shaking up those arms. Great job, ladies. Thanks for coming.